Crank this a tiny bit.
Love instruments from your.
So, music a plan. What happened last time?
We woke up in the middle of a sticky, fiery situation. We were in the middle of the burning part of the city, which I think is the bad part of the city. That's just me.
That's understood.
And we heard from the north and south two different groups approaching. From the north, the guards, and from the south, the renegades. And some words were exchanged. I believe the term heretic was thrown around, right? Or heathen, something like that.
Heretic.
Heretic, yeah, from the south. Fellow with a very, I think it's like a Scottish accent, so a free roamer. Was the one throwing around that word. And before we knew it, the first shot was fired. I don't think we were able. Were we able to determine which side fired first?
Fayez did.
But he made a point of not making a
Right.
point of it in a weird way, in a funny way.
Which, oh yeah, we got to that later. I remember now because we did press him for that. But regardless, at that point it would have been a death sentence to pick a side. So instead, what we did was run through the crossfire, which was the sort of titular encounter for that session. And one by one, we had to cross over this burning hellscape of a street. There we go. With these sort of magma cracks in the center. Some of us were quicker than others. Some of us snuck along the sort of northern and southern outskirts of the map. Some of us went a little ballsy and went next to the erupting magma holes.
It worked. It was a good distraction.
It
worked.
did, and you got a neat mark on your hat because of it. But yeah,
My hat!
in the in the end, we were able to all collectively get to the end. Some of us a bit more singed than others, shot as well, but all in good health and all alive. And that's the important part. We kept walking, and eventually found Fayez and Mina held up in the sort of giant's hollowed-out barrel, and that is when we sort of spoke to Fayez and found out that he knew which side fired first, and he said, "It doesn't really matter who fired first." And, we did press
It does
him on
not
that.
matter.
I don't think we got an answer from him, right?
No.
We did not, because it really doesn't matter. It does.
Matters a lot.
And then after that, I think we just. Oh no! I almost skipped over O's character entirely. As we all became one group again, we heard laughing in the distance, and heard someone approaching. Though he was not the source of the laughter, right?
We also had fabric
Not-
tearing.
Not technically. Oh yes, we heard fabric tearing as well. Some of us went into hiding, namely Batcher, Roma, and myself, Hawk. And the person that walked up to us was a hobgoblin from Makar, a Devastator of the rank Fist, so Devastator Fist. And Caradoc did most of the talking to him and very quickly earned his, I guess, respect. The Devastator's sort of recognition that, okay, this guy's clearly the war leader. He's doing all the talking. He has a sense of honor and duty about him.
He's been truthful to me the entire time.
Exactly, yeah. Which, I mean, you know, Eulonian. And he asked us if we had seen any goblinoids around, which Caradoc being Caradoc was like, yeah.
And what of it?
And Devastator Fist made a point of like, okay, it's really important for the safety of everyone that I speak to them. and eventually Badger was, whether willingly or maybe coaxed or forced, out of his hiding spot. Devastator Fist did, I believe, check his pack for some kind of artifact. What was the word he actually used?
A relic, I
Relic.
believe.
Artifact, relic. Sort of that had some connection to the bracer and I believe the dagger as well that was in this severed arm that he was holding.
Correct.
And he could not for the life of him pry the weapon from its grasp. But obviously, Badger didn't have what he was looking for. Devastator Fist did use magic and spotted something magical on Roma, which when he checked her pack, making sure, like, oh, you know, I don't want to. I don't want to pry or anything, but I do want to check your pack. We can move elsewhere if you'd be more comfortable with that. So he's very what's the word?
Courteous.
Courteous.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, courteous. Yeah.
But the only thing that he found in there was some kind of small doll, some kind of figurine, which Hawk and Denver did sort of crane their necks to try and look in there. And we saw a little something, which I think we can share what you told us, right, Crash? Since
Yeah.
so she and Hawk did both see it sort of turn to look at them, and we're both like, "Oh, did you just see that?" I sure did.
I sure did,
like,
Scooby.
Oh my god.
Which one's Scooby and which one's Shaggy?
Anyway.
I mean, one of them is literally a dog, right?
Yeah,
freaking dog, dude.
And that obviously wasn't what Devastator Fist was looking for, so we went on our way with him sort of sticking with us since, you know, there's a plague about and there's safety in numbers. It was either directly after that or directly before that Evangeline did pull Hawk aside, where evidently Hawk tried to put the schmooze on her and came back with a smack on his cheek, kind of caressing his face. And then we found a nice safe alleyway to hold up in for the time being. Then that's where the rest of the session happened. So if someone else wants to take over, because it gets a bit fuzzy for me there. The order of operations, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go over to that Mappo, but not the tofu. So here you guys are. I believe you guys started with the examination of the hand and the blade and the bracer and the wardrobe.
And the lion and the witch.
Yes, the Jesus allegory, the heretic, and Halfway to Heaven. Yeah, I love that book.
Doesn't flow as well. Yeah, they tried to figure out like through what means the hand was still grasping the blade. Did they discover?
In the end, they did. They discovered it. Similar to the doll, which we can touch on in a second, that there are certain magic items that can attune to its wielder just as much as the wielder tunes to them.
Right, and it was sort of through that attunement that it wasn't letting go.
Correct.
Hawk at one point did say, like, "Oh, why don't we just cut the fingers off?" Which earned him a bit of a glare from Devastator Fist.
Ironically.
I mean, come on. It's a valid, whatever. How badly do you want it, you know? But
Probably not badly enough.
And then they didn't get the dagger free. But what happened next? Was it then the Plague Doctor, or was it it was the doll?
The doll.
Right?
I think the doll came first.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Roma, it's your dolly. Do you want to talk about what happened?
It's your
Dolly.
I mean, sure.
Show and tell, you know what I mean? It's your
yeah.
doll.
Yeah, I guess she was like chilling on the roof with Badger, and then she noticed that her bag was suddenly significant. Well, not significantly, but it was a bit light, notably lighter. Looks over and it's like chilling on the table with some long armies. Just observing everyone, being creepy. And then I think proceeds to creep everyone else out when she goes to pick it up. What else? Yeah, and then I think they were able to work out that, because I think the hand was acting up, or at least the blade was acting up, and the reason it was acting up was because of the doll.
Mhm.
So I think there's a lot of back and forth. 'Cause I think at first Rome was like, "Oh no, it's her that's going after it," and then they throw the doll away, or the bag with the doll in it, away, and then the hand sort of goes towards that, and then I think there's a lot of like trying to figure out what exactly is going to break it, or break the
Focus.
yeah, that the hand has on the doll. And I believe sorry, I still find it funny.
Yeah.
Devastator's first solution is to boot it through the window.
Yes. He fucking set the thing flying.
Kicked it.
And I like,
I
get over
mean-
here somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
just like, well, if it's not here, it's not
the
here.
simplest solution is the best.
And
Yeah.
I believe at that crash, it's something like Roma. You get the feeling that it's going to take a bit longer
Yeah.
to return to you this time.
He's intimidated the doll.
Get the shit out of that doll.
I think that was just icing on the cake. The doll's just like, no, I'm not going back there.
Oh.
And I think it was when the doll was booted out the window, or through the window rather, that the dagger was freed. Is that correct? The attunement was broken?
No.
No.
There was some convincing that had to be done.
Correct.
They,
They did
like,
attempt to coerce it a bit
spoke
more.
to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
Then
wasn't there for it being released because I think I'd gone to bed by that point. So.
right, because right after the doll was out of the situation, then you were like, okay.
left.
No longer-
Yeah, I was like, I
Peace.
should have been in bed like 15 minutes ago.
So Roma went on autopilot. And is that when the plague doctor approached?
Yes.
Yes. A fella in a full sealed suit, plague doctor garb, approached us.
This is him. There he is.
Ooh.
Hey, perfect.
I do appreciate a good plague doctor aesthetic.
And he did advise us to head north to the line, to where the guardsmen are being held up, holding the line. And it was him that told us about the goblin that was
Correct.
a sort of not really a source of the plague, but a sort of
Vessel.
enforcer of it. Yeah, there you go, vessel. Which did get Devastator Fist's attention, and he was like, "Hey, yo, can I join you guys if you're gonna go kill it?"
How deep we rolling?
And the plague doctor was like, "Yeah, let me go consult with my my comrades, my superiors." And he went like around the corner, and I guess did just that.
Two of you
which,
did roll to perceive, and I didn't actually address it because I think it slipped past me. You guys didn't see anyone around, so.
Okay. But he did go and hide around the corner to eavesdrop on us, which we found out later. And we got to talking. And what happened before he returned?
I believe that's when the dagger broke attunement.
Yeah. I think Devastator Fist was the one that convinced it, right?
Mm.
To sort of he basically spoke to the captain that the arm belonged to, and basically said, "Hey, let me perform your duty since you are an arm now and can't do it."
Babe, would you love me if I was
Yeah,
only an arm? That depends.
Arm.
That depends. Is it your main hand or your off hand?
Oh my god.
But yeah, the attunement did break. The hand released the dagger, and Devastator Fist could slide the bracer off quite easily. The Plague Doctor did return to collect Devastator Fist. Some parting words were exchanged, and Devastator Fist left with the Plague Doctor. He did put the hand sort of onto the gate outside of our little hidey hole to make it look as though like
Someone's trying to get out.
yeah, like bad things are afoot here. Or
Don't
I
open
guess a
dead
hand
inside.
here.
Damn it. I was thinking of it.
What is it? Don't dead open
Horrible.
inside or something?
That's it.
Sort of one final duty for his captain to perform. And Devastator Fist left.
Mhm.
And then I believe that's more or less where we ended. A few more
Yeah.
things happened. We curled up around the fire here. Yeah.
Does anyone else has anything else to add?
No, and then we were gonna get into watch. So
Mhm.
Yes. Let's talk about Watch, shall we? Your NPCs as well as Caradoc can be flex picks. Don't worry, I'll change the music shortly. And I think this music does work for recap, so mission accomplished. Discuss, designate what your watch orders are to be. You technically have a minimum of 2 watches, but you can have as many as you want. In theory, if you wanted to give everyone a single hour watch and everyone else gets like 6-7 hours of sleep or whatever, you technically can do that. So it depends entirely on what you guys deem relevant, and then obviously we'll roll for like random encounters and perceptions and blah blah blah.
As soon as the word watch leaves whoever's lips, Hawk is very quick to volunteer himself and Duck for first watch. You get the feeling that he doesn't want to be woken up midnight, mid-sleep.
That's fair.
You know what?
That's fair.
Valid. Can't even be mad about that one.
It's less him volunteering himself and more calling dibs.
Tomato, potato.
I think in response to that, Dick just like lays because I if I can, I'd still like to be on the roof just listening in. I think Deck will just lay down on the roof, like, all right, I've accepted this.
This is my fate.
I guess I'm here now.
Okay, so Hawk and Duck on first watch.
Jin would gladly go second.
With who?
Oh, you type in?
Yeah,
I see Hawk is up. Thank you.
Is it shift enter to? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, shift enter. Who's on third? In silence, then it will be Mina and Fayez on third.
Is Jin watching alone?
Suppose I am if nobody else wants to tag in.
No one wants to talk to you, bro.
No.
It's not even a talk thing. It's just like have a second pair of eyes. Why you gotta make it personal?
How about Jin and Caradoc?
Hmm?
Jin and Caradoc? Or you know what? Would Evangeline volunteer?
Sure.
Okay.
Again, your NPCs are there to be the flex pick, so I'm not going to lock anything in until I know how many watch orders there actually are.
Yeah, NPCs
I think Roma would maybe like to request last watch, I guess, if first one's been taken.
Then
Okay.
Roma and Badger.
Yeah, I'll take last watch as well.
Okay,
So
then
we got 4 watches, 2 hours each.
Caradoc will be additional on... Actually, wait, hold on.
Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Tag out Mina, put in Caradoc. Mina got a nat 1 on her plague check. She has the first symptom.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Yeah, let her
Caradoc
sleep.
Aya's third watch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Plague symptom number 1. Uncontrollable coughing.
Ooh, get her a mask.
That's gonna keep us all up.
Oh.
Why would you choose this? Just die.
Where is my document with it?
No one's sleeping tonight. Not by choice.
There it is. Shamblepin plague symptoms. Symptom
Okay,
1.
we'll just quarantine her.
Oh, it's not uncontrollable cough. That's stage 2. My bad.
Oh.
Stage 1 is intense fever. So you guys can't sleep. She'll just be something in the background.
Oh, God.
Disadvantage on all mental ability checks and concentration checks. It's a good thing she didn't concentrate on anything.
I think she has ADHD.
And she's
Mina
great.
has, Mina has Carlock energy, just being a golden retriever, but buff.
Damn.
It's his
Alright.
waifu for lifeu.
Then, Hawk and Denver, you are first up on this. Before you guys initiate into any RP stuff, which I am eager to see, let it be known you cannot sleep on a roof. Not unless you want to start rolling dex saves in your sleep.
Not at all.
You
I
fall
guess
off
I'll
and
just-
take fall damage and interrupt your sleep cycle.
But watching on a roof.
Watching on a roof is fair game.
So maybe we'll do
Advantageous,
that.
almost, one might say.
No.
And both of you, please roll me your perception checks, please.
Can do.
Both separate.
Separate.
Cool. Oh, well, that was the GM.
That-
Can I use that?
You can use that. That is a nat 20. We'll add it to the list.
Nice!
Everyone check your
Okay.
sheets right now and make sure you're not onto GM.
I just
No.
spied that. I was just like, am I? No.
Mhm.
Good thing one of us sees something. Maybe.
Unless we're taking average, in which case it would be an 18, which is still good.
Okay. Then can one of you roll me a d100?
Lower is better?
Yeah, Nina, you can roll it since you're already rolling
I was gonna say.
low.
Let me go.
Where's my chart?
I mean,
It's the lower half.
it's the lower half.
Where's my charts?
We take those.
Check those.
Hold on, give me a second.
Oh,
This
it's
is
not that
amazing.
you're rolling low, you're rolling bad.
Oh, you're choosing failure, I see.
Damn.
That was a joke. This is a luck-based game.
No, I choose this. I'm doing this on purpose.
Okay. I understand why I couldn't find my actual charts. Roll me a d12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're moving to that.
It's the 40.
No, the 40 does not. Do you want it to count?
No. Don't.
Lower is better for this.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Still.
I mean,
8 and 12.
not.
Okay. Very well. Who knows what'll happen?
You?
But
Wowee.
at current, you guys are unassailed amidst a rumbling city.
Very good.
It's definitely quieter, but there's still things happening on the distance. Buildings burning do not sleep, after all. So, what do you guys do, if anything?
I think the two sit in silence for like a good minute. Denver just kind of. I feel like that 10 is indicative of Denver not really paying attention to the surroundings. It is more kind of staring at Hawk.
I think despite a nat 20 perception, he doesn't even notice you staring at him, since he is
Yeah.
fully focused. It's scaredy cat that he is. Or I guess if he's a bird or chicken, afraid that something might sneak up on us. Especially after we heard about what these zombies can do.
Mhm. Strange day we've had.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What with dolls moving, things not having our faces but taking our shapes.
No kidding. Sort of fake city within a city.
You calling me friend? And she'll look away out into the horizon.
His brows kind of furrowing. He like scoffs, like, "What?"
You
don't
called
do
me when the faceless went after me. You think I didn't hear you? You were right next to me.
I didn't say nothing like that.
Oh, so now you're just lying to me.
Oh, you mean when I said not to? No, I said don't touch my dog. Hands off my dog.
You
son of a bitch,
better
that's
not
what I
have said that. She'll fucking elbow you.
That's what I said. Look, it's not my fault you're mishearing things in the heat of the moment.
I did not. You're impossible.
I would never presume to call you my friend. We ain't there yet.
We ain't there yet.
We ain't there yet.
But you can call me dog. Your dog.
Derogatory.
Uh-huh.
Besides, what's the matter? What I call you anyway? Duck.
She'll glare at you. Denver.
Like I said, what's it matter if I call you Denver or Duck? He gives you a knowing look before he goes back to keeping watch.
Speaking of, she'll pull out one of her empty bottles, and she'll kind of fiddle with it. Just for my clarification, Crash, when I went into my alchemical trance, you said I saw a concoction that I hadn't made before, or that I don't remember making, rather.
And then you took it.
And then I took it. What color was it? What did it kind of look like?
Deep purple.
You ever see me making some deep purple last time we had a rest?
Have I?
No.
You see him kind of like give you a weird look, like, why are you asking me? Before he gives an unsure shrug and says, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't keep track of what you make. You don't?
No, I do, and that's what's troubling me about this. On that little strip of lava, whatever it was, we were being shot at. Something happened. I drank this, and she'll hold up the empty bottle, and had something purple inside of it, and I guess in the heat of the moment I just downed it without thinking, but I don't recall making it.
You're telling me that while we were being shot on both fronts, you...
Took a potion I don't remember making. It sure worked, though. I got out.
He looks at the bottle in your hand and back up at you. He slowly lifts a hand. He flicks you on the snout. Dummy. What if you exploded or something?
Then I would have died and wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Well, in that case, why don't you just stop running instead?
Because I'd be giving up. She's rubbing her nose.
Yeah, fair point.
Listen, I was just asking. Figure it
Regardless, no, I ain't never seen you make something like that. Do you think you could recreate
Do it again? I'm sure gonna try. What that concoction did, whew, sure felt different.
What'd it do?
I mean, felt like it made me faster. It did a lot of things. Just different. Not necessarily a bad different either.
Well, I guess that makes you one lucky duck.
You're insufferable.
Yeah, well,
And see why Eva hit you. And she'll give you a look like we're talking about this.
He gives a soft groan, looks off to the side, and then back down to make sure everyone's sleeping. And...
Roll your insight.
And I also...
No.
Okay.
No. 19.
Nice.
Giselle does not need to sleep. Whether or not it actually communicates to Eva in her supposed sleep is a different question. As a familiar, is technically not an actual living creature. Well,
yeah,
it's not a mortal creature.
He eyes the bird for a second, but how close is it?
This building is like 4 stories tall, so
Okay, as they know where it was on the map. Oh,
it's
never
right.
mind.
It's right. It's right there, real tiny. So
Tiny.
20, 40. So you guys are probably some 35 feet up away from it by Pythagorean theorem. Easy distance to whisper in and it not to hear.
Exactly. And Hawk does sort of adjust his mask, his scarf. I guess sort of putting his mind at ease that his mouth is covered. And he drops his tone. I didn't actually. I didn't try nothing. I'm too afraid of women to try something like that.
I gathered as much. He'll start whispering too, following along.
Whatever. She knows.